Carolina. We'll start with the obvious. What was that moment like?
Hey Beth, it's good to meet you. It was pretty surreal. A lot of fun. It's cool just to almost kind of see all of your hard work and labor come to fruition, and it was cool just to get to celebrate with my teammates. It was a lot of fun, just enjoying that moment and that opportunity. Obviously, being present with the generosity of Coach Swinney. Obviously, just with us handling a lot of business, you get some opportunity down the line to get onto the field. So a lot of fun just to even have the opportunity, and so I just tried to make the most of it, and the Lord blessed me with a pretty fun play.
What have the moments been like? Has the phone finally stopped buzzing a little bit, or?
Yeah, there's a big tsunami wave, you could say, that came to my phone. A lot of the support and love just from my friends and family and people back at home, and so that was just a lot of fun. But it's definitely starting to wind down now, and focus just to getting back to preparing for FAU and start handling business again.
What's something like that do for your confidence?
Personally, I feel like I've always had that confidence. I feel like there's more so confirmation to my abilities. I've definitely just put the work in. My receiver coach after the game asked me that same question. It's just like, what do you feel like has been able to? Why are you confident in yourself? And I feel like I've put the work in, and as well as just my teammates. And so when you and your teammates kind of put in that work together, and all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into it, that plays like that are ultimately just going to happen. And so that's kind of just the work I put in. But for sure, it definitely boosts my confidence. But me personally, I feel like with my abilities that, it's almost just like the next play. What did you say your name was? Chapel? Yep. You meet you, Chapel. Yeah, so got the play call. Realized there was man coverage. Honestly, I was expecting the ball, but just at that point, you're just wanting to kind of just get open. I worked a little bit of influence in the route. Definitely probably could have worked some more, but I just wanted to make sure that I won. I didn't want to have too much kind of influence in the route to where I would lose leverage and not really be able to get back outside. So, I just wanted to make sure that I won, and thankfully Hunter just gave me a chance. And I mean, Hunter has been unbelievable. He's one of the hardest workers that we have, and really just gave me a chance. And so I know that he had pressure right in his face, and so he just kind of put it up. And my part was more just kind of reactionary. I turned my head and went eyes to the sky and just found the ball immediately. And so it's more so one of those things that if you don't really plan for it to happen, that it kind of just happens. And so that was kind of just my thought. I didn't really have a thought process. It was more just a reaction, just to try to go make a play, go get the ball.
Explain to me how to get out of that mountain door of lines up the Clemson. It's a sweetheart question. And number two, how did you find out you were going to be on scholarship?
Yeah, so my sophomore year is when I first came to Clemson, and I contributed some on varsity, and so I was like, maybe I got a little bit of skills. Obviously, I'm a little bit undersized, as some may say, but what matters is what's on the inside. That's kind of where I stand. And so I came to Clemson my first time sophomore year, and really I felt like the seed was planted then on my love for Clemson, and really that was kind of just the start of it. So went through sophomore year, and then junior year I came back again, and really just realized how much Coach Swinney incorporates the gospel in everything that he does, and that's what's most attractive to me. And so just as a man of faith and someone just that values that so much, seeing that was just the number one thing that drew me here, and including with the Paw Journey program that we have here, that's so amazing, just with the off the field development that you can have as a man. That was really the main thing, is that I knew I'd become a great receiver and learn from the best and play with the best and have so much fun and win a lot of games. But the biggest thing for me was how I would grow off the field. So that's kind of that transition. And then how I found I was on scholarship, I actually had no idea. So fall camp was coming to a close, and Coach Swinney had called up practice at the end and mentioned a few people getting on scholarship. And in my mind, I was like, I've done what I could do. I've emptied the tank and just kind of tried to maximize all the opportunities that I had. And whether I got put on scholarship or not, that's not really something that would define the amount of work that I've put in, but it's definitely something that's just almost like a cherry on top that the coaches and my teammates have kind of seen the work that I've put in and making it all worth it.
Scott, made that catch, it seemed like many of your teammates were more happy about it than you.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a mob scene. What do you thought about that?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I guess you're kind of in shock per se, but also when I made that play, I'm seeing the formation and I'm ready to play the next play. I definitely want to enjoy the moment, but at the same time, I'm ready to keep going. And so I was getting in my stance ready for the next play, but seeing a lot of my teammates celebrate me was just one of the coolest things. But I mean, that's one thing that I feel like you can almost kind of see just about the culture here at Clemson is that it's such a family thing that when one person makes a play, we all make a play. And so, yes, maybe I was the one that made a play, but in my mind, I'm like, we just made a play and let's go down and score. So, yeah, it was kind of just an on to the next kind of thing, but it was really cool just to be able to experience that with my teammates. For sure.
What's for an encore?
What's that?
What do you do for an encore?
What can I do for an encore? Well, I think that, yes, those big plays are the ones that are the most flashy and maybe the ones that get you on SportsCenter top 10. But I think the encore for me is what I can do to help this team continue to win. And so how I kind of see my why and my role on this field and in this program is just to point on my teammates and encourage them, help prepare them, and just get them ready. And honestly, kind of continuing on with just my walk with the Lord and how I've grown as a man is helping my teammates grow as a man as well. And so that's kind of my encore. That's what gets me excited. Yes, I would love to continue to make plays, and Lord willing, I'll get another opportunity and hopefully make one. But an encore for me is really just continuing to empty the tank in my last year here and just maximizing every moment. Thank you, Scott.
David Hooker, and I guess you like money. A lot of your teammates are headed to the Silicon Valley, New York, Atlanta, whatever. You go to England and work with, I think, a currency exchange company there in London.
Yeah.
How did that all come about? How much time did you spend in England?
Yeah, so that was through the micro-internship program with Paw Journey, which is one of the greatest, kind of ideas and concepts and programs that I really have ever heard of or been a part of. And so we went through the interview process within Paw Journey, and me and Sergio Allen, one of my former teammates, got to go to London and Birmingham with First Rate, and was just an unbelievable experience. And also seeing that experience through Sergio's perspective was really cool too. And so it was just me and him and First Rate, just learning from them about their culture. And they are a Christ-centered, company as well, based out of Arlington. And so it was cool to be a part of their culture and also just to experience the international kind of, dynamics with them having a branch over in London and Birmingham. So I spent about 5 days there and learned a ton into the kind of man that I am now, and the businessman, you could say. And so that was an unbelievable experience. So once in a lifetime opportunity for sure. Thank you.
Any questions for Hamp from Zoom? Anybody else in the room?
What about that? Oh,
Go ahead.
What about that? Sorry, Cliff Kennedy, Clemson Sports Media. What about that punt return you had? Even though it was called back, it was still a great return.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was always fun. So I was back there, and as the game had continued to go on, the sun was kind of getting a little bit lower, and so I was looking back at the punter, and he was just offset of the sun, and I was like, all right, I think I can still kind of watch this ball, but he kind of, rugby kicked it out to my left to where he got right in direct of the sun, so I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna need to, try to make a play. But I was watching the ball, just how it was gonna land on the ground, and tried to play it the best I could, and I credit to a lot of my teammates on giving me a chance, especially just with, a lot of my teammates, this is kind of their opportunity to get playing time as well as me. It's just on later in the game while we may be up, and Coach Sweeney giving us an opportunity to go play on some special teams. And so my teammates gave me an unbelievable chance and gave me some time to go try to make a play. And so I just caught it, got as much as I could, and try to continue just to show what I can do. But yeah, special teams and that punt return was a lot of fun for sure.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, Hamp.
Awesome. Thank you all so much.